Sound, often referred to as the most important part of video, and for good reason, because without sound, film can only take you so far. Since sound is so important, having a quality microphone to capture that sound is just as important as the sound itself. This is the 7 Rhymes iRay DW30 microphone, and I'm going to test this mic to see if it's as good as it claims to be. And just to be clear, 7 Rhymes did send me this microphone to test, but they want me to give my honest opinion, and that's exactly what I'll do. The 7 Rhymes mic is similar to other mics in this category except with a few more features, and these are key features. The mic comes paired already to the receiver with a nice solid case that charges the mics and receiver when placed inside. Now, the design and arrangement of these mics is one of the selling points for the 7 Rhymes in my opinion, but it's not only physical appearance that this mic has going for itself. The DW30 has some pro features that actually make this mic perfect in many different situations. Now, these mics transmit audio signal via 2.4 GHz wireless signal up to 100 meters or about 330 feet. Now, like I mentioned earlier, this mic unit does come with a lav mic. In fact, you get 2 lav mics that you can attach to the microphone receivers themselves. Now, it just plugs in using this port here on the top of the receiver. Now, in addition to the lav mic, you also get some other cables in the package, like a multi-charger USB-A to USB-C cable that allows you to charge both mic units and the charging case itself all at the same time. So you can take both transmitters and your receiver and put them in one bag so that they're all together. Now, the cable also allows you to transfer internal audio stored on the mic and transfer it to a laptop or desktop computer or even a cell phone. To connect the mic receiver to your camera, you will use the 3.5 TRS cable. To connect your microphone receiver to your iPhone or Android phone, you will use the 3.5 to TRRS cable. Moving on to the microphone receiver, we have the power/mode button and the front LCD display, which shows our battery levels along with each mic's input gain levels. On the top of the receiver, we have the headphone monitoring port on the left and the audio out on the right. On the side, we have the reset button in case the unit has issues. Now, flipping the receiver over to the back, we have the charging contacts and the cold shoe belt clip mount. On the side, we have the channel output gain for both mics, which are labeled A and B. And we finally have the USB charging port. Pressing the button on the front of the receiver switches between the different modes. We have safety mode. This mode allows you to record 2 tracks at once that are 6 dB lower than the signal coming in. This is helpful when you're dealing with unpredictable sound. We have mono mode, which transmit both microphone signals over the left and right channels of the audio signal. We have stereo mode, which transmit microphone A to the left channel of the receiver and transmit microphone B to the right channel of the receiver. Looking at the microphone transmitter on the front, we have the wireless signal level indicator, pairing indicator, our active or muted microphone indicator, battery level indicator, recording time, the mic letter identifier along with the channel audio meter. Long pressing the record button starts and stops internal recording. On the right side, we have a reset pin. You press this if you have an issue with your mic not responding. And on the back, we have the charging pins and the cold shoe belt clip mount. On the left side, we have the power mute button along with the pairing button and the USB-C charging and data port. On the top of the mic, we have our built-in mic surrounded by these 2 holes that we twist our dead cat into. This is done by lining up the 2 notches on the bottom of the dead cat with the mounting holes on the top of the microphone body and twisting. And lastly, we have the lav mic input. This allows us a place to connect the supplied lav mic or another mic that we may want to use. So I'm about 500 feet away from the camera right now. I'm wearing the microphone and the receiver is on the camera. So I don't know if you can hear me right now, but I have started the internal recording on the mic. So we should have a good recording, but we're gonna balance the two and see how far we can go before it starts to cut out. It may already be cutting out, I don't know, but I'm gonna turn around, and I know when I turn around, I'm really gonna lose it. So here we go. I am probably a good 800 feet. So I'm gonna just keep walking and talking here and see when we come back into range. Again, right now what you're listening to, I'm gonna be flipping between the two. So this could be the internal recording or it could be the transmitted recording, but either way, we're gonna see. Now this is straight line of sight. Now what line of sight means is I can see the camera directly in front of me. So there's no obstruct the signal from being able to be effective. So in a real world, you know, you may have people, if you're doing an event or something like that, you have tables, chairs, and other objects that hinder your line of sight. So line of sight isn't really the best test to do, but it can give you an idea of how good the range is as a whole. So again, now I'm probably about 300 feet away, and I'm getting closer and closer. And we're gonna see if maybe I'm already back. I should be back in range now. If not, you've been hearing me on the internal recording. So we're just gonna keep going and see how it works out. It's a really nice day out. Wind is blowing a lot, but I have the dead cat on here. If you're not familiar with the dead cat, again, that is the wind muff to cut down on the wind noise going into the microphone, because there probably is a lot at this point. Now, hopefully the dead cat is doing its job of preventing all the wind from going into the mic. So here I am walking closer to the camera, crossing the street, trying not to get hit, folks, but I'm doing this for you. So we'll see what we got. So what are my overall thoughts on the 7 Rhymes DW30? Well, I think it's a great mic. Some of the things I do love about it, again, are the fact that you have 2 ways to actually record. You can actually record using the mic like this, clip directly on you, or you can use the lav mic that is supplied. You actually do get 2 lav mics. The other thing I like about it is you can charge the microphones and the receiver outside of the case. And I think that's really good, because you may not want to take that big case with you everywhere you go. So I think that is a great thing. The other thing I love about this, and I think which sets it apart from a lot of the other mics, is the fact that you can do internal recording. So not only can you connect it to your camera the way it is right now, I'm using the ZV-E10, but you can also record directly in the unit. And I think those things right there is what really stands out about this microphone and what makes it, in my opinion, worth it, especially if you're going to be doing vlogging. Now, there are a couple things about this microphone that I would change, and one of them is the fact that when you're vlogging, you want to make sure that things are as smooth and quick as possible, because you want to take every second and make it count. And one of the things that this mic can hinder you with is when you open up the case and take the microphone out, it doesn't power on automatically. Now that might seem like an insignificant thing, but this can actually spell a big problem if you don't think about it. So that's a feature that I wish this microphone did have. The other thing I wish this microphone had is when you actually clip the microphone onto your camera, like the ZV-E10 or whatever vlogging camera you're going to be using, the display doesn't rotate. I mean, it's not a big deal, but it does make it easier when you can just look at your camera if you're behind it and you're filming somebody, and you can adjust levels and see the levels without having to interpret it upside down. But other than that, I think this thing is great, and I would highly recommend it to anybody who is getting into vlogging. I do think there's a lot of advantages to going wireless over using a shotgun mic. And a lot of that is just being able to turn the camera away from you and not worrying about your sound and your voice being rejected because of the back of the microphone. So those are my overall thoughts about the 7 Rhymes DW30. And I think you should definitely grab it if there's something that you're into. You can click on the link below to actually purchase the mic if you want from Amazon, and let me know how it goes if you get it. And if you have any questions or anything about the mic, just post them below and I'll answer those as quickly as I can. Now, don't forget, if you want to see this microphone just like in action, just in a real world setting, check out my other video over here. I'm not sure which side it's on, but check out that video and let me know your thoughts on that as well. But until next time, I'll holler at y'all later. I'm out. Peace.